Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 6 of Stellaris, Aquatics, the Cetusian Imperium, which originally streamed live on Twitch. Heads will be spy, and tails will be improved relationship. Here we go. It is heads, we're going to spy. So if we're spying on people, these guys make the most sense because they are neighbors that are already suspicious of us. So let's build a spy network against the Conisthian Prime. We share a border, so I think that's probably pretty interesting. I'd like to know how strong they are, for sure.
Space charts updated.
All right, Morty, you have nothing to do. I guess you can come down and help me survey. Because you suck at analyzing.
Project done. Not so special now.
Analyzing anomalies as your paranoid. Banish finished. Relocating the gas people. And I really want to tap into that societal research. So I'm going to build, No, I'm not going to build another construction ship just yet. I'd rather use the alloys for combat.
We grow ever stronger.
Right, Atlas is a really nice system to have because it has a lot of resources. I'm not exactly pushing with all the speed that I could to get to this edge here because I don't think I'm contested all that closely. I think all of these systems here are mine, de facto. No one is in a position to take them from me. Due to basically me muscling out 001. Preventing 001 from coming west definitely was a good decision. The non-aggression pact relapsed. I didn't even vote for that. Should I sign a non-aggression with 001? Because, you know, I can ask for it. Now, the benefit is... hold on. The benefit is neither of us will be able to attack one another for at least 10 years in the signing of the non-aggression pact. The deficit is that it will cost me a little bit of influence per month. The thing is, so here's a bit of a risk. If I do go to war with the Themlar and some of my fleet gets destroyed, there might be an opportunity for 001 to see, hey, look, you have weak fleets, and they could invade me. Speaking of invading me, I'm going to set up another starport here. Another anchorage. So I'll do that in just a second. And hi, Cheese. Welcome. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I clicked the wrong thing. I sold my alloys. I didn't buy alloys. I'm an idiot. Oh well. It'll have to wait.
We grow ever stronger.
Oh, what is this? Strange calling. So, we're receiving unusual communique from the science officer Tremontaine. Apparently, he's requesting immediate transfer to the orbital research team on Tynering Prime. Tremontaine claims he has been hounded night and day by thoughts of mysterious sea presence on the planet. Thoughts, he attests, are only partly his own. So, you guys want a non-aggression with 001. You have a choice here. So let me set you up with the choices. The choice number 1 is allow him to be basically removed from his research vessel and solely assigned to Tannering Prime. Number 2 is to say no, and number 3 is to say no and fire him because he's mentally compromised. And here we will sign a non-aggression. So it costs 0.25 influence, and it will have 001 not fight us. Let's move strange calling under here.
Anomalous space-time continuum ahead.
And the non-aggression pact has been signed. So, as you can see, I cannot declare war on them. I have to break the non-aggression pact first. And if I break the non-aggression pact, I have to wait 10 years to declare war. I'm also going to establish an embassy with them, because if I have a non-aggression pact with them, it doesn't make sense not to have an embassy. So, we'll establish an embassy as well. Just to try to have better relations with 001. And they agreed. Alright, so if we take a look, they're receptive. And that's good. Alright, let me clear this out. Alright. Very well, but exercise caution. Which means that this science ship here that was previously investigating anomalies at Randalthor is empty, and I'm going to hire a new scientist to do it. I'm going to hire no one because I have no money. Alright, speaking of money, let's fix that. So at Cetus Prime, I'm going to move some of my miners over to generators. I'm going to create additional generating districts. So I'm going to focus more on energy generation at Cetus Prime. And then at Chelsea, I'll focus on food. And at Tannering, I'll focus on minerals. Tannering has a little bit of capacity for minerals. So we'll have those 3 planets specialize. What the heck just happened? Oh, I ran out of resources because I just used all my minerals. Now, this construction ship has no minerals to build the stuff that I had queued up. It's fine. Seriously, how is my fleet power still inferior to Themlar? I have 3K. That is... Ugh. Dear Lord. They have a huge fleet. Alright, so... let me hide that, because we just decided that already. The archaeology site is coming along very lucky. We're getting a whole lot of clues back-to-back with Waffle Fortress. Good job, Waffle. Oh, and yet another clue as I watch. So, I do explain in my tutorial series, and let me update the goal here. Spine and Themlar, expand south, and prep for war. So the way this works is you just roll a number every period, which is like 90 days. And then, depending on what you roll, plus your skill bonus, if those add together to a 5 or less, you fail, you don't get another clue. If they add up to 6 to 10, you gain 1 clue. 11 to 13, you gain 2 clues. And each clue, when you go up, will increase the breakthrough chance to move to the next tier, the next level of analysis of the archaeology site. So we've rolled pretty good. The first roll was a 3, and then it was a 6, 11, 11, 9. So we've gained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clues, which you can see here.
They wish to
and each additional clue increases your breakthrough chance. An embassy with Thorabite, the Doug Trio mutants. Do I establish a Tharbarite embassy? So these guys are in a federation. I don't know what federation they're in. I don't know if it's the same federation as the Lavis Mandate or not, because it could be the same one. Well, actually, maybe I could... I might be able to figure this out. So they're at war with the Stellar Coalition Kun Tian Territorial Invasion War. Let's see. Yeah, alright, I think they're in the same I believe they're in the same Stellar Coalition, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're all in the same federation. You guys do want me to establish an embassy, so I'll say yes. For militarists, we sure are establishing pretty healthy relationships with our neighbors. That doesn't necessarily mean we don't go to war with the Lavis Mandate sometime in the future, but if the Lavis Mandate is in a federation with 2 others, I'd be fighting 3 at once, which is a lot to bite off. So you got to be careful when choosing that. I have had a science vessel empty, so let me finally fill it with... I hate all these guys. With the biologist. So I'm going to hire that biologist. The biologist is named Joint. Joint, that is the second thing you got named after. I'm going to throw the biologist into the societal research, and then throw the maniacal scientist to research the anomaly. Because a biologist researching biology is better. Well, look at my money. I'm not worried yet. Cetus Prime is getting a generator district, and that will fix some of these money concerns. My money is really, really low because I'm supporting such a massive fleet. I'm sort of in an economic Cold War with the Themlar. So the question is, should I war with Themlar even though they're stronger? So the risk is, because they're fanatical purifiers, everything that they invade, they claim. So if I lose territory in this war, it's just gone. I might lose Small Street or really everything. They might just consume. So there is a big risk in doing that. There's also big rewards. I might gain territory from them and be able to very rapidly expand my ground. So if I do declare war on Themlar, even though they have a superior fleet power, there is an option to leverage my bastion here against them, using the bastion to take or to deal grievous damage to their fleets, baiting them into attacking me and then counterattacking as they've been weakened. So there is that possibility, of being able to do that. And I do have some pretty sizable fleets. I'm not that worried that even with their superior fleet power, that their fleet versus my bastion plus my fleets would probably still prevail. It's a gamble, but it's a gamble that I'm willing to take if you guys are too.
Space charts updated.
So next month you'll see that my energy credits bounce back to normal. As I just finished the generator district, and that will be able to make some more energy credits, keeping us afloat. Luckily, we're not robots. Robots eat energy credits for food. Oh, I got insulted by Themlar. Oh, you know what? Let's throw insults hurling back at them. Insults are meaningless. They don't do anything. All they do is they lower your reputation with them. And we have a new alien to make contact with, the Upsilon. So I'm going to pull off the spy network over here and try to contact the Upsilon, who are... Oh, they're Caravaneers. Boring. But I can see the limit of Galactic Tiburon Empire. So the Galactic Tiburon Empire is starting to absorb this area here. So it's going to be important for me to, if I want the most amount of territory possible, for me to settle around Chort's Compass. And...
there is new information in the situation log.
There's a automated shipyard here that I can repair with a construction ship. Neat. I tend to do that. All right, it's tied. I'm gonna put a 5-minute timer on this because it's kind of an important decision. So here's the timer. And if it's tied by the end of the timer, I will flip a coin. We will determine a war by coin, which is pretty sketch, but I'm happy to do it. Let's move some resources around here. If I can invest. Chelsea's about to not have Holmes at work. Teberon and Unified. Wow, Unified. Cinematis worlds just rivaled one another. So... Who? United's, Alright, so these two are now rivals. So I can see why the Galactic Teberon Empire have not joined that federation. It's because, these two are rivals of one another. So Galactic Teberon Empire might be my best bet for a proper ally. They're fanatic materialists and authoritarians, which is totally fine with us. It's not like we're egalitarians, the opposite of authoritarian, so potential ally material there. Oh, dang. Oh, dang. So at the Tanarong Prime with, we just unlocked psionic theory and a whole lot of societal and physics research.
Complete.
So now, with psionic theory, we have lore empire sprawl by our population. And that was unlocked discovering the Sea of Consciousness that was down here. Very cool. Oh, this is also a frontier. Let's create a sector and hire a leader for it. So a new governor. Make it a bureaucrat. A bureaucrat named Costello. Congrats, Costello. You are now the governor of Tanarong Prime. And I intend to set up admin offices here because I'm almost at my Empire Sprawl capacity. So that's the next investment I'll make. And we've just formed a new faction. These are the spiritualists. Ew, ew, ew. Blah, blah. Why are you even a faction? Oh, you know, they're a faction because I discovered sonic theory. Boo. If I really cared, I could suppress their faction and try to crush them and have them move to my governing ethics. But I'd rather have the influence to be able to expand my territory instead. But once I'm done expanding my territory, I will indeed try to suppress them. So, it's cool to get Sonic Theory, but it's not so cool to then all of a sudden have a new faction that, like, flies in the face of my origins. But oh well, that happens. Can you destroy factions? Yeah. So there's different ways to destroy factions. One, I could, there's some technology to influence. So like, destroying a faction, so there's a few different ways. If you are a xenophobe, you can just purge the people that are in some sort of deviating faction, or you can try to influence them to convert. So influencing them to convert would be like adopting one vision, for instance. One vision, as you can see, one of the effects is governing ethics attraction plus 50%. So what that means is that your population will be driven towards your governing ethics. My governing ethics, of course, being materialism and fanatic militarism. There's other ways to do it, which is through the factions tab here, I could suppress them, which lowers the attractiveness of being a spiritualist. Right now, I would expect about 16% of my population to be spiritualists due to the fact that I got the Sonic Theory. Another thing that I could do is to try to piss them off. So what I could do is I could promote my other factions and suppress my spiritualist faction, That would help move people around, but it would cost me a lot of influence, and right now I'm using influence to annex territory. So, no. By 2 votes. Question is, should I war with Themlar when we are evenly matched? I'll make this a shorter vote. Because right now they're still superior, but if that superior ever says even, do we immediately go to war? Is that the threshold for war? And speaking of which, I'm just going to keep rolling out ships. The Tiburon and Sidemius... Okay, they're rivals, yeah. I already knew that. So they rivaled each other now. It was one way before, and now it's both ways. When I have destroyers? Well, I have destroyers in 20 months. But having destroyers doesn't necessarily mean I have destroyers. Unlocking the technology doesn't mean I have made any of them. I have a pretty limited amount of alloys, so just when I unlock the tech doesn't necessarily mean much.
We grow ever stronger.
What the heck is this? A routine ecological study of our colony on Tenoring Prime has stumbled upon a strange fungal life form. The science team reports that the surface of the mycelium is shivering and colorful. But what is most intriguing to them is the fact that the separate clusters were seemingly communicating with one another whenever something occurred within a wide radius. Furthermore, the biology of the organism appears to be certainly alien to the ecosystem of the colony. Puzzled, the local science team has requested specialized support as might be dealing with a sentient species. So I can either take another look or try to eat them. And you guys say yes, go to war with Themlar when we're evenly matched. So here's a choice. Do I eat them? 1, or do I study them? Number 2. Oh, and let me reset this timer. This timer was for the other thing. Nope. Sorry, my timers are acting up. There we go. I think. Not really. Well, whatever. I'll just leave this up for 30 more seconds. So ignore that invalid timer. Now, trying to race to the edge to compete with the GTE for territory, I'm leaving a lot of things untapped, and I know that. I'm just again, I'm just trying to race to capture as much of this as possible. All right, you want to take a closer look. That would be the research thing to do. Hey, we found rare crystals in whatever that is. So these are 3 more systems that need names, right? Let's do that. Now that all of you just voted, we have... Oh, Greystorm. You're a fleet, and you're a soul system. Lacrosse, I'm going to re-roll that, because we already have a system named after you. Vicry, or something. VK. And last but not least, Alamir. You're a sub and you're not even following. That's hilarious. I don't care. It's named after you. Congrats. You followed now. I didn't mean to call you out. I just thought it was funny.
Intellectual booty.
So I apologize if you felt called out. Yeah, let's have her just keep researching research. Because it's a computing skill and we'll have the most benefit doing that. Ooh! Conosethian Prime just declared war on someone. So you guys are currently at war. I have no idea what their fleet strength is. Now the problem here is, how do I still have a vote timer? Get off the screen, dude. Should I opportunistically declare war on, I'm just going to call them Connie? Yes or no? So these guys that are my neighbors just went to war with someone else. They're at war with the Stellar Coalition. They're at war with the people that I thought would be actually potentially good allies. No, that's not true. They're at war with a federation, I think. The disadvantage here is that it would take my fleets 1,000 days to get in position for war because it's so far away. Meaning that if I do go to war with them, it's possible that I've opened myself up to a Themlar invasion. And yeah, I have unemployed pops. There is employment opportunities. They just need to they need to go down a tier of work. That's their problem, not mine. So, looks like you don't want an opportunistic war against Connie. All right, well, I'll leave that up. I'll leave that up a remainder of a minute, and I'm going to continue because you did vote that the moment I am toe-to-toe with Themlar, I'd go to war with Themlar. I'll continue to roll out ships. So I'll read this while you guys vote. The spores have ears. We have concerning reports coming from Tannering Prime. Upon further examination, it seems that the alien fungus we found is emitting a signal towards the location in the galaxy that we are unable to pinpoint so far. Telemetry and security analysis indicates that it is completely possible for the mycelium to be some sort of advanced spying organism. However, it is worth noting that the organism is old. There is a fair chance that whoever engineered it, these spying mushrooms, is not around anymore. But if they are, it might be best not to poke the sleeping predator. So we have another choice. We can either A, or 1, need to know more and continue to study them, or 2, destroy them. Ew. Ew. Ugh. The benefit of stage 1 was xenophilia. Oops, I just closed a window automatically. That was accident. And a new contact with you guys. I'm gonna flip these guys off because they are pacifists, which flies in the face of our ideology. And I'm just gonna say you're no match for us, which I don't know if it's true or not. Who were they? Oh wow, they still like me after I flipped them off? Alrighty. And they are, they're just north of Themlar. I don't know if they share a border with Themlar, but, I don't really want to build a relationship with them, even though they like me, because they are pacifists, and that offends me. So you guys want to know more. Okay, study the mushrooms. Eat the mushrooms. Consume the mushrooms. Or not, because, you know, it might be alien spying tech.
Space charts updated.
So if I can lock down Faltus or Perseus, which I'm sure I'm going to be able to do, I'll be able to lock down all of these stars for my own. We are at my maximum empire sprawl, though, so it might be worth building a bureaucratic admin office, which I just queued up.
We grow ever stronger.
Do I establish... No, I'm not going to establish an embassy with the pacifists. Never mind. Forget that. I'm not even going to pull for that. Declined. They are Hydra, though. Please do not contact us again unless it's urgent.
They wish to speak with us.
You got it, dude. Oh, they want a non-aggression with me, too? Stop talking to me. Okay,
Our lookouts have detected an anomaly.
The fungus gave us a fungal study zone on Tannering Prime that adds societal research. So we're going to be studying them. So here at Tannering Prime, if I look at my population, excuse me, you're supposed to, it might take till the end of the month. But there's going to be a fungal study zone. And we're about to annex Perseus. And we have one more thing to give away. Hey, Tremontaine, not only a researcher, but now a system as well. Oh, speaking of researcher, are you free? Or are you still... Okay, you're still at Tannering Prime doing the research. You basically got consumed and became a permanent researcher on Tannering, as far as I know.
Intellectual booty.
Oh, here we go. Let's get colonial bureaucracy. Although Doctrine Space Combat's pretty good too, so maybe I'll have you decide what tech to get. So, Space Combat. What that does is it allows us to have bigger fleets and to unlock the Edict of Fleet Supremacy. Not that I have the influence for that. And then colonial bureaucracy allows me to have larger empire sprawl so that I don't go over my limit and I get tech faster. Those are the only two things that really stand out to me. So pick between these two and I'll give you 1 minute. And I'll just have my research unpicked until then.
Space charts updated.
So one's good for our society, one's good for our combat. Speaking of combat, still superior. Balderdash. I will sell off my earthly possessions. Ooh, I sold all my food. And keep building those ships. If they're superior, they've got to be only superior by a tiny fraction. Let me try to acquire a asset. I'll try to earn the money for that, so that I have a mole in their government. That would be good. Oh, bureaucracy is winning. You guys must like the bureaucrats. Okay, bureaucracy it is. The thing is, that is not a biological research, so Joint has to be swapped out for Spicy Jazz. Spicy Jazz, what are you currently doing? Because you should probably finish what you're doing. So you're currently researching precursor activity, so I'm going to let Spicy Jazz finish up researching precursor activity before swapping. Unless I have a statecraft leader. Because that was what, a statecraft? Tremontaine had statecraft, but he's on Tannering Prime, so no, I can't do that. And we just met the Carabineers, or the Racketeers, rather, who are at Chor's Compass. So, there are sort of... I can gamble there and open up reliquaries, which if I had an excess amount of energy, I would do. There's also an artisan troop here that's already inside the border of Galactic Taboradoran Empire. So what they did is they paid double to jump past Chor's Compass to get Jufti, or whatever it's called. They have the budget for that, good for them.
Have detected an anomaly.
Do I... Oh, I'm 26 shy of having that mole. There. Let's get a mole. Acquire an asset. So what this is it's a 3-stage operation to acquire an asset within their government to increase the likelihood of future operations using that asset as a mole, or as a butterfly mole. It also is killing my energy credits, but I'll fix that soon.
A system has been charted.
So one of the ways I could fix that is let's turn one of these agricultural districts into a generator district, because I have an excess of food, because Chelsea Prime is has a lot of farmers already. Ooh. Oh, interesting proposal. Should I accept the defensive pact? So what this is, if anyone declares war on me, 001 will be obligated to join me and defend me. And the same is true as if anyone declares war on them, I'd be obligated to defend them. So it's not offensive. If I go to war with someone, they don't join, I can invite them to join, but they don't necessarily join. And Ilan Lacrosse, thanks for gifting out a sub to Y Horner. It's interesting that these guys are really starting to like me. Wow, I don't have an embassy with you guys? I thought I did. Did you close my embassy? Man, if they closed their embassy but wanted a defensive pact, they are some confused robots. He loves me. He loves me not.
A system has been charted.
So one thing that is a bummer is I haven't found a single L gate anywhere. So the L gate's going to be rather rough for those that know what that is. Seismic waves have torn through the colony, leveling all buildings and leaving the rifts in their wake. Oh, okay. Tremontaine, the planet, just got messed up. Well, it's not my problem. It's not my colony. Is 001 at war now? No, they currently aren't at war. But even if even if I signed a defensive pact with them, I wouldn't be obligated to join them to defend them. And you guys do want a defensive pact. Okay. I'll sign. So now I get to see the extent of their territory, and they do share a border with Themlar. So my guess is they want a defensive pact because they're worried about Themlar or worried about well, they wouldn't be worried about these pacifists. These pacifists aren't going to attack them. But they're probably worried about Themlar and want to sign a defensive pact with me to protect them from Themlar, because I'm sure Themlar has a bigger fleet than them. They do.
Ledger of situations amended.
Okay, Spicy Jazz and Joint are going to swap. And then Joint, you are going to research this artifact at the bombarded column. So now I have a defensive pact with them. I'm still trying to get my fleet power up enough to be equivalent to Themlar so I can declare war. It's been a long time of me positioning myself for this war, so I'm really eager. I hope when my naval capacity hits the full 56 that we're still not neck and neck, because that would really sadden me, that no matter how big I try to build, they're always bigger.
They wish to speak with us.
They want a defensive research agreement, and I'm going to decline that because we voted long ago that I'm never going to do those. Currently, we're like equivalent, so my guess is... Okay, so here's a big choice. The subterranean species on Chelsea Prime are causing earthquakes, I think. There has been a wave of earthquakes on Chelsea Prime recently, and the buildings in several of our settlements have collapsed, with many fatalities as a result. The subterranean alien empire is excavating a new cavern deep underground where they plan to build a new city. This appears to be the source of the earthquakes. I can either A, turn the other cheek, which adds a little bit of devastation on Chelsea Prime and adds some unhappiness. Currently, the happiness level is... how happy are people here? I don't even know how to see that easily. But they're relatively happy. So I can either turn the other cheek and have the planet become angry for 10 years, or demand an apology and harm my reputation with the subterranean civilization.
We grow ever stronger.
Okay, you guys want an apology. Makes sense. They blew up our cities, even if by accident. Ooh, I sold a bit too much. There we go.
We grow ever stronger.
And let's finish that up. There's also seismic activity on Tremontaine. I feel like all of my planets are experiencing earthquakes right now. But the activity on Tremontaine just abruptly stopped. Okay. It's not my colony, so I kind of don't care. But I guess it's interesting information. Now, these systems here aren't that sexy, so racing for them, unless there's something that really is good out of Hydrobius or Burrs,
complete.
Doesn't really matter to me, but we do have Perseus to give away. So, Zach Dyer, you already had something named after you. What was it? I think it was a researcher? I just don't want to double up the names because it gets confusing. No, what was it? An admiral? A fleet? It was the fleet. Yeah, it was the fleet. Okay, it's fine. So, congrats. There you are. DC Eccentric, thanks for the follow. And it might be Derek. Thanks for the follow as well. Here, for the new followers, here's my mascot. He's a real boy. He doesn't move much, though. Unless I bait him with treats. So, we just researched destroyers, finally. And I want to get a Betharian power plant, because that would be a lot of energy credits, and I'm sort of struggling on my energy credits right now. Even though railguns are very sexy, I need to tend to my industry. What system would have Betharian power plants? That's the question. Try to figure that out, because that's a very unique thing to build. It would be on Tannering Prime. Tannering Prime can support a Betharian power plant. Oh yes, the construction ship here could go to the automated shipyard. Sure, that makes sense. To stop there before annexing these systems. Golly, good idea. And Elon Across, thanks for the bits. So how are we doing in terms of like the galactic? Whoa, the pacifists are way out ahead. We've climbed a little bit. We're ahead of the Tharabites, but we're still a little bit behind. Again, I just want to mention that the player always starts behind for harder difficulties, because the harder difficulties adds, and here you can see, here is the wiki on it. The harder difficulties adds considerable advantage to the AI, so it's really no surprise that they would be ahead. Very normal.
Project done. Not so special now, was it?
And there we go. We have, I think this is what, number 4 of the Erastian artifacts? Let me double check. This is, yep, number 4 of 6. I think at this point, we can do the creature studies, because there's some benefits there as well. Thank you for tuning in to Stellaris Aquatics, the Cetusian Imperium, which originally streamed live on Twitch December 11th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you are looking for a series that had a bit more tutorial in it, I do have a series on YouTube, How to Play Stellaris, and that one is going to fill you in a lot more on the finer details. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you for supporting the channel. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow ocean friends.